Oh man, there we go. We got the trackers up. Think we are all set to go. Let's see. And there we go. Race has started. Solsky's the first one to move. Let's see what each of the runners are up to. Taking the quick bit of damage there. Looks like Maniacal's already going to the Link to the Past. Though it looks like Solsky's heading for the bomb power-up. And now Hitaka's in A Link to the Past as well. Maniacal taking a save and quit exit to Sanctuary by the looks of it. Oh dear, looks like Solsky has a bit of a soft locked. Oh, no wait. Stream just needed to catch up. Oh geez, I didn't see what item Hitaka picked up there. The stream seemed to have lagged for a second. Maniacal's doing something with the water, maybe clipping he's trying to do. Solsky's at the bomb room, and it is the sword. Nice. At least they won't have to go swordless. Maniacal's in the money room, getting some early cash. Maniacal seems to have picked up the sword as well. Solsky's now in the bomb room, and they have found a piece of heart and decided not to take it. Hitaka has also reached the money room. Maniacal using some of the money to get more bombs. Always nice. Always gotta be annoying when you're trying to farm for bombs and never work out. At the house, he gets a bottle. So now he'll be able to get the reward from the sick kid in the bed in Kakarika Village. Mix has also bought bombs. So now they'll be able to get many of the secrets. Maniacal is heading towards the Swamp Palace, or the Light World Swamp Palace, to be exact. Solsky doing some sweet wall kicks as he traverses back up to Crateria. Well, Taka's checking to see what's over at the race, and it is an energy tank. Whether or not they'll actually go for it is anyone's guess, though it does look like they are going after it. Maniacal has drained the swamp, and to reveal, missiles. But they decide not to take it. Hitaka's going through the race. Gonna get that energy tank. Maniacal has reached the Moldorm Cave, and Solsky is in the castle. Or castle grounds, rather. Bad luck on the tree only gave him hearts. But we will see what is in store in the chests here. Maniacal has got super missiles. the boots, more missiles. Ooh, the Zora flippers and bombs. That is a nice find. Solsky has found more bombs in the lower dungeons of Hyrule Castle. Let's see, Hitaka has reached the sick kid's house, and let's see what we get from him. More bombs. Always worthwhile to get bombs from a sick kid. Inside the ice cave, let's see what Maniacal is going to acquire from here. Nice! He just got the space jump. That's definitely going to make traversing the lower sections of Norfair much easier. Or just any part. Migs just got the gravity suit in the lower part of the Kakariko Thieves Hut, as well as an energy tank. Solsky is currently through the dungeon portion of Hyrule Castle. More than likely going to see what is in the lower chests here. While Maniacal has found a fairy in the cave close to Sanctuary. Mix fell down the Kakariko well and is checking the chests there. He's got himself a piece of heart. In the bombable wall. Another piece of heart. And in the 3 chests, he's got the blue tunic right off the bat. 5 more arrows. And 50 rupees. Gotta say, getting the blue tunic this early is always nice. Some of the mobs in the underworld, the dark world, they hit hard. Hitaka's now going through the area, the Thieves building in Kakariko Village, and found the very suit and gravity suit as well. Maniacal's going through the Lost Woods to see what he can find in here. And in the mushroom spot is the piece of heart that he is going to pick up. Oh geez, looks like Solsky died. Whether that was intentional or not, nobody really knows. Mix met the sick kid got bombs, and Maniacal just got the morph ball from the thieves' hideout in the forest. Solsky's going through the escape route in Hyrule Castle without the lantern, so this is going to be pretty tricky. I wouldn't know personally how to go through there. I'm blind as a bat when I go through that. But he looks like he knows what he's doing. Mix is going to be checking out the library. What does that hold? Oh, just super missiles. Not really worth getting at this point. Maniacal's now at the Thieves' hideout in Kakariko Village. He got his energy tank, the various suit, 20 rupees, and the gravity suit. I believe all 4 of them have gone to that location now, or it could just be Solsky hasn't gotten there just yet. Mix has now gotten the energy tank from the race, and Solsky has got missiles from the Sanctuary. Mix has done a save and quit back to the house. And both Hitaka and Migs have 5 hearts. They seem to be doing pretty good so far. Both of them have the blue tunic. Maniacal's now down the Kakariko well. He's got his piece of heart. As well as the blue tunic. More arrows and 50 rupees. Migs is down in the Light World Swamp Palace, and he just picked up the sword. Hitaka is heading to the same location, looking to do the same. Maniacal's now in the Cuckoo House. Let's see what we get in here. Ah, 20 rupees. Gotta love when you go to these locations and just find money. But it does pave the way to paying off the Zora King to find out what he wants, or rather what he's going to give you. If I had any guess, he's probably just going to give you 5 rupees. Selski found the Peaceful Heart in the Lost Woods and is deciding to skip on it. But he's heading down into the lower Thieves' place to get a Morph Ball, while Maniacal just got a full heart container from the cafe. Miggs is now in the Moldern Cave. He got the Hermes Boots, Super Missiles, Bombs, and the Zora Flippers. Definitely doesn't have to worry about swimming now. Let's see, Selski is heading towards the Kakariko Thief hideout as well, while Maniacal looks to be doing the race. Miggs has just is heading towards the Ice Cave to see what he can acquire there. Miggs got the space jump. So as it currently stands, both Maniacal and Miggs have acquired the space jump. Whether or not any of the others decide to switch back over to Super Metroid, honestly, it'd probably be a good choice at this point. They could get pretty far with these kind of upgrades, but they could also decide to stick around to see what else they can find. Miggs appears to be heading towards the Hyrule Castle dungeon, while Maniacal heads to the first section of Hyrule Castle to see what he gets from his uncle. And it's missiles. Miggs in the first part of the Hyrule Castle dungeon, and he got super missiles as well as a key. While Maniacal just picked up more bombs that he can't use. Solski just bought a heart container from the merchant at town, which for 100 rupees, I'd say that was a worthwhile purchase. I've had times in my iterations of this randomizer, I'd go to buy something from him and he just gives me 20 rupees. And the second chest in the Hyrule dungeon contains a heart piece. And they're really throwing the heart pieces early this time. As it currently stands, Miggs, Hitaka, and Maniacal are in some form or some location in the Hyrule Castle. Solski, on the other hand, appears to check to see what's in the library. Miggs is going after the chest in the last part of the dungeon, but is having trouble with the chain guy, but he got him. Let's see what's in store. More bombs. Can never say no to that, and he's taking a quick death. More than likely to get out of here. It is faster just to die and exit through here than have to go all the way from either Sanctuary or your house. Maniacal also getting the bomb upgrade down the last part of the dungeon. Solski is now in the... At the Swamp Palace, he just got the sword upgrade, which just upgraded his sword from the normal sword to the Master Sword. So now he's the first of the runners to have the second upgrade for the sword. Looks like Maniacal's heading up to... Oh, I can never pronounce his name. Sahasrara? The green sage guy in this hut, to see what kind of stuff he's got, and he did the speed glitch. Miggs and Hitaka are still in the castle, but Maniacal has found 1 green rupee, 300 rupees, And another heart piece to finish another heart container. Nice. That's a very nice find. Well, I say very nice, but that's debatable. Doing another speed glitch here to get past some of the obstacles here. Maniacal appears to be heading towards the Eastern Palace, while Solsky has gotten the super missiles, more missiles, the Zora flippers, and the Hermes boots, as well as some more bombs. Maniacal has just reached the Eastern Palace. While Solsky is exploring the southeastern part of Lake Hylia, more than likely heading to the ice cave. Let's see, Maniacal is in the first main area of the dungeon. Solsky just acquired the space jump. While Solsky and Hitaka are checking to see what the guy under the bridge has for them. Maniacal just got the Titan mitts, or not the Titan mitts, the power gloves in the Eastern Palace, while the guy under the bridge just gave Hitaka and Migs the mirror, which is going to be very handy once they manage to acquire the Moon Pearl as well. Solsky also heading for the mirror under the bridge. While Maniacal is making his way further into the dungeon. Probably trying to topped off his rupees there. Got the map. Solsky just got the mirror. While Migs acquired the ice rod and 20 rupees from the wishing fairy near the King Zora. So now Hitaka and Migs both have the ice rod. Ah. Hitaka seems to have done some sort of speed trick with the fairy there. And meanwhile, Maniacal is making his way through the dark part of the Eastern Palace, just acquired his key. And Solsky has acquired his ice rod as well. I'm not entirely sure what this glitch is with the fairy fountain. I've never seen that before. But it looks like it gave them a fairy, which is sure to come in handy. And Maniacal just picked up the magic powder. Hitaka just got super missiles near the cliff near King Zora. Maniacal has left the Eastern Palace. Probably done all he could there without the bow and arrows. And it looks like he's heading towards the guy under the bridge as well, to see what he's got. Hitaka and Migs both heading to the Eastern Palace, while Solsky heads for the treasure chest near Sanctuary and got his bottle. Maniacal just picked up the magic mirror from the guy under the bridge. Solsky's back in Kakariko Town, going to see the sick kid and getting bombs from him. Makes me wonder what that sick kid's doing with bombs anyway. Hitaka did a hard reset and is now back in Super Metroid. Maniacal doing a teleport. And heading to the Wishing Well. While Hitaka, now with a Morph Ball, is going to be heading to the first Torizo. Using those super missiles to get past the missile doors easily. And Torizo has an energy tank. Never hurts to have more health in that game. Maniacal is making his way towards King Zora. Solsky just got his rewards from the spot behind Saharala's hut. And Mig's making his way through the Eastern Palace. Oh, that is such a bad reward from King Zora. 20 rupees in exchange for paying him 500. That is a rip-off if I ever saw one. Well, both Migs and Solsky are in the Eastern Palace, and Migs just got the Master Sword from the main chest in the Eastern Palace. Hitaka making his way down to the lower part of Crateria. Most likely going to get the upgrades in the bomb locations. Maniacal's now in the sewer escape portion of Hyrule Castle. And inside these chests is a heart piece, a key, and missiles. Hitaka just found another sword upgrade down in the Morph Ball upgrade room. So now they have the Master Sword. They're now heading towards the lower part. And they have found the Ice Beam. Hitaka now has the Ice Beam. While Maniacal is moving about in the darker section of the sewer escape, Solsky is still in the Eastern Palace, and Migs has just acquired a bottle. Hitaka looks to be going for the heart piece and is having a bit of trouble getting to it. That is a tight jump. Oh, nice! They just found the Moon Pearl. As well as getting that tricky heart piece. It was a nice jump. Solsky is now going to be entering the dark portions of the Eastern Palace. Migs is in there as well, by the looks of it. Or he could be in Hyrule Castle. It's always hard to tell. Looks like Maniacal is going to be heading up Death Mountain. Migs was in Death Mountain as well. And the reward is Super Missiles. Can never have enough Super Missiles with Super Metroid. Migs has done a speed glitch to get up his way up the mountain faster. Hitaka making his way back up to Crateria. Maniacal has gotten his super missile upgrade from the old man, and Solsky is exploring the sewer escape with Hyrule Castle. Migs has made his way to the top of Death Mountain and has got the power bombs. Nice. Maniacal is making his way through the cave as well, checking to see what the reward is, and it looked to have been arrow capacity upgrade. Hitaka is making his way to King Zora now that he has 500 rupees. Going to be getting that delicious 20 rupee reward, while Migs has acquired a heart container upgrade in Brinstar. And in the high jump room, Migs has found 20 rupees. Maniacal's now in the Tower of Hera. And Solsky has the upgraded Master Sword at level 3. Going down into the money room. Migs making good use of those power bombs to get past some of the bomb spots, since they don't have actual morph ball bombs at this point. Maniacal is in the upper portion of Tower of the Hera. Selski is exploring around Lake Hylia using one of the whirlpools to teleport. Mig's using I think the term was mock ball for the speed trick he just used to get past those shutters. And getting more power bombs from the enemies here. Hitaka has now reached the Eastern Palace, while Maniacal is making his way towards the main chest in Tower of Hera. Let's see what he acquires from this chest. 20 rupees. Yay. And 20 rupees for Solskay from King Zora. What a ripoff. Solskay is back at his house while Maniacal is taking on his first boss. This guy's the worst to fight. He has got such a random pattern. But Maniacal doesn't have any trouble with this fight, by the looks of it. And it is already down. And again, with the Master Sword this early in the game, these early bosses are going to go down pretty easy. And he has acquired his first crystal. Solski's now in the desert, heading towards... I don't remember this guy's name. I can't tell if he's still Sahasrahla or not. But he's going to be checking the cave in that area. Meanwhile, Miggs is making his way out of Brinstar. Miggs is checking the map, and it looks like the 2 red crystals are in the Ice Palace and Misery Mire, while the green pendant is in the Thieves' hideout in the the Dark World version of Kakariko Village. Miggs is now in the section where Kraid is making their way, and they looks like they got the Spazer beam upgrade. Maniacal's now heading towards the high jump room. Solski just acquired the ocarina and now has the option to teleport across the land. Well, maybe not teleport. Maybe guess it's more fast travel than teleporting. Miggs has made his way to the Kraid boss. Let's see how quickly he takes down this bad boy. Maniacal making his way up through Brinstar, showcasing some very nice wall jumps. Oh, and Miggs got that quick kill with Kraid. Nice. While Maniacal seems to be heading his way over to Kraid as well. Miggs got a single arrow as the reward. Not very worthwhile if you ask me. But that's one of the 4 major bosses done for both Miggs and soon-to-be Maniacal. And the upgrade close to Kraid's room is a heart container. Miggs is checking the upgrade in the Death Mountain Cave, just arrow capacity. Miggs is checking out the reward room near Kraid's lair. And more missiles. Can never say no to that. Hitaka is making his way towards the desert, while Maniacal is staring down Kraid and getting that quick kill on the first go. Nice. Selski's now in the Tower of Hera, while Miggs is making his way out of Brinstar. It's going to be checking out the Spazer upgrade room. Had a bit of trouble getting past the pitfall there. They're taking their time. Hitaka just acquired the ocarina from the desert cave in, well, the desert. Zelski's now not much closer up the Tower of Hera. Maniacal has killed Kraid and is in the upgrade room, or the reward room. And the chest in front of the main chest. Oh. Solskjaer is using a bomb trick to get past the gap. All to get 20 rupees. Maniacal blowing up the glass tube in Maridia, getting the quick animation. And now they're making their way through Maridia. While Miggs is using the space jump to get past a rather perilous spike room. Solskjaer's fighting the big Moldorm worm. And Miggs... Oh. Getting a bit of loading here. Miggs got 300 rupees. Oh, Solskjaer just fell down the pit. Maniacal is currently traversing his way through Maridia. Solskjaer taking on the Moldorm fight again. Ooh, and only one spin attack and a charge attack to take care of that boss, and it is down for Solskjaer. Miggs making his way through the treacherous spike room of death, and Hitaka getting his reward from the old man. Let's see, Miggs making up his way through a treacherous wall in one part of... can't remember the name of that area. Solskjaer's making his way through the shutter area in Brinstar. It looks like Maniacal has acquired the screw attack, and Hitaka is making his way to the Tower of Hera. Maniacal has found the hammer and the shovel in one part of Maridia. Very nice. Hitaka now making his way through Tower of Hera. Miggs showcasing some very nice spin jumps, and Solskjaer missing out on a piece of heart in the lower part of Brinstar. I believe this area that Maniacal is in is just before Draygon. Or at least close to the boss area anyway. Taka now near the top of the tower, close to the main chest. Just got the map. Does not look like he's going to be using the bomb skip maneuver. Solskjaer skipping out on the 20 rupee reward in the high jump room. And Maniacal doing a hard reset. Ooh, nice. Miggs just found the half magic upgrade. Never hurts to have efficient magic usage. Hitaka doing a nice charge skip on his way to the boss. Maniacal checking out the upper area of the main starting area. And Hitaka just getting 2 swipes. Nope. 3 on the boss, and Moldorm is down for Hitaka. So that makes 3 people so far that have killed that boss. Meg looks to be heading for the upgrade just before the abandoned ship. And they found the red mail. Nice. So they've got the full defensive capabilities now. Maniacal getting an energy tank from the first Torizo. Taka heading back to Super Metroid via Death Mountain into Brinstar. Migs is now on the abandoned ship. Just got a heart piece. Hitaka heading towards the high jump upgrade room. Maniacal just picked up an energy tank. Meg's making his way to the Phantoon boss room, while Solsky is making his way out of the speed booster upgrade room. Maniacal's back in A Link to the Past, and now in the Mount Cave. Meg's now taking on Phantoon. I believe it would say that this particular fight with Phantoon, even for speedrunners, is pretty RNG based. But Megs is holding his own pretty well in that fight. Maniacal's making his way out of Brinstar. And Selsky appears to be going after a energy reserve tank. Maniacal's heading back to Kraid's boss room. So almost got Phantoon down for the count. Maniacal getting a heart piece upgrade. Megs has almost got Phantoon. Oh, yep, Megs has just downed Phantoon. That makes for 2 bosses now. Maniacal now facing Kraid again. And getting the quick kill on Kraid again. Interesting. No way it showed up again for them, but Megs is now exploring the restored abandoned ship. And Taka exploring the... Well, Taka and Solsky both exploring some portion of Brinstar as Solsky uses a super missile clip into the shutter door to get past it. Maniacal has now made his way into Maridia. Solsky doing a quick save. Mig still exploring some portion of the abandoned ship. Maniacal doing some rather interesting wall climbs via both wall jumping and space jumping, while Solsky is now taking on Crocomire. And I have a new co-commentator joining me.
Hello.
And I believe your name is Lenofis.
Yep, correct. How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. This has been some rather interesting progress with these racers so far. Solsky's almost got Crocomire down.
Hard to tell. Yeah, I'm 40 minutes late into this, but looks like Maniacal just picked up his hammer and shovel. Fetch quest incoming. What have I missed so far?
Not a whole lot. At least 3 of the runners have beaten the Moldorm fight in Tower of Hera, and Hataka and Solsky both have the level 3 sword upgrade.
Oh,
so it looks like Maniacal is making his way through Maridia at the moment. Miggs is still exploring one portion of the lost ship. Solsky has just beaten Crocomire.
Looked like we had some good items early on.
Yeah, most definitely. They found a few good, interesting items early on. The space jump being one of them, as well as the gravity suit, as well as the mirror underneath the bridge.
Oh wow, Hobo head mirror. Okay, that's can't tell if anybody has flippers. I haven't seen this tracker in action yet.
All of them have flippers, as far as I saw.
Okay.
I believe I think it was the well underneath Kakariko that had the flippers. No, wait a minute. It was the thief hideout in Overworld Kakariko that had the flippers. Because it also had the gravity suit.
Okay. Looks like Miggs is taking the scenic tour up to the Attic Escape Missile.
Oh, and Solsky just found the magic cape.
Good find. Ooh, and then there's Hookshot. So it looks like Solsky can check Bumper Cave now if he hasn't done that.
Maniacal's trying to get something, is having a bit of trouble.
He's trying to do his arm turnaround strats. Does he not have bombs?
Oh, he has one. It's just one power bomb, and I don't think they want to use it.
Yeah.
They're trying to get that. They're trying to get that heart container, but can't.
The arm pumps of frustration trying to get the heart. Just gonna give up on it now. Yeah, that was the hook shot, but unfortunately, the pallets of some items don't quite show up correctly. It's a work in progress, but that was definitely hook shot.
Understandable, and like for what development they have done for this randomizer, I'd say it's like still very nicely done so far.
It is.
I've only had a few instances of the game locking up on some spots, and I can't explain why. It just sort of happens.
In terms of locking up, we're pretty sure that the USB 2 SNES firmware that is used in Metroid is one reason why it will freeze up. But if you're using the official firmware, I have not seen any issues yet.
Yeah, because all the crashes I've seen happen with the randomizer seem to only happen in Super Metroid. I haven't had any problems with Link to the Past.
And of course, if you're using your favorite SNES emulator or Higan or BizHawk, then you shouldn't have any issues, but...
Yeah. Solsky looks to be heading towards Lower Norfair. I believe that's what that area is called, right? The area with Ridley?
Yep, that is. Yep, that is Lord Norfair. Now, since he has space jump, he can do both item checks for Golden Torizo. Let's see if he goes left. He is going to go left.
Nice.
He does not have charge. He does have enough ammo to kill Golden Torizo, but he might do some farming during the fight.
I wouldn't blame him if he did. Michael putting off some nice wall jumps there. I believe the screw attack does let you go through some of the bombable spots in the walls.
It does, yes.
So I'll definitely save on power bomb ammo until any of the runners manage to find the actual morph ball bombs.
Miggs saw 20 rupees at the landing site, is going to piece out of there. And Solsky not quite able to trigger GT's fall yet.
He's trying to. There we go.
Yep. He's going to set him up for the corner. That looks like a good spot now. There we go. Yep.
Oh, it's got the gold Torizo in the corner there. Getting some quick damage in. Although he is out of super missiles.
He is. If he had grapple beam, this would be a really, really good spot to farm for ammo, because you'd never have to move.
Yeah.
Hitaka's about to pick up his hook shot, and Miggs is going through gauntlets.
The gauntlet of acid and pincers.
Just an annoying spot to check. Where was Screw Attack? Maniacal picked that up. He must have already had that.
I can't recall where they picked that up. I had some issues while the stream was going on where it was lagging for quite a bit, but it's stabilized now.
Okay.
So if I missed any announcements on what items some of the runners pick up, I apologize. Maniacal got a heart piece. And is checking the spot behind there, and got more power bombs. Solsky's still fighting Gold Torizo. And got the kill in.
Looks like he's got it. And just a 10 bomb upgrade for the super missile spot, so he's gonna pass that up.
I would too. There hasn't been many bomb capacity upgrades for Link through some of the items they found. So the limit has just been 10, and most of them have already maxed that out.
And that's a Quake Medallion requirement for Misery Mire. Hopefully
Solsky
Checkerboard Cave has something good for Solsky. Yep, sorry.
Hitaka just picked up the shield. And Solsky going for the power bomb upgrade with some block clipping. How does that trick work anyway? Do they just cancel out with a pushing mid-push or something?
Somehow the mirror will erase the tile when it transitions from a solid tile to a moving object, and for some reason the mirror just completely cancels it out. And it looks like Solsky is trying to do a Super Bunny into the Mire shed. So you can check these two chests.
And also Maniacal just picked up the red mail just before the lost ship entrance.
Maniacal, the only one to pick up charge. He must have had the route diversion set, because he seems to have a couple items that the other runners do not have.
Yeah, I noticed he's got the hammer. I think I could have sworn Miggs picked up the hammer at some point, as well as the shovel. Just rupees for Solsky in the little entrance next to Misery Mire.
Hammer charge and screw attack are all in Maridia. Oh wow, okay. It's a very stacked area then.
Ooh, Miggs just got the tight mitts.
He's very happy with that, I'm sure.
I would be too. It's always nice to get tight mitts early. Because it also means you can access the Dark World pretty early too, with that spot just outside of Kakariko Village. Migs is pretty low on missile count, at least with normal missiles. But Sulsky is exploring the Desert Palace.
And we'll see if... Oh no, it looks like... Oh, he's got Pegasus boots. I was gonna say, Desert is boots locked.
I believe all the runners... Yeah, I believe all the runners have gotten the boots, because that was... I can't remember where they picked that up. I know it was in Kakariko Village. I'm not sure if it was in the well or somewhere else. But Maniacal has just taken down Phantoon. It's the second boss they've beaten in Super Metroid.
Very nice kill. Hitaka did a strategy safety save reset against Golden Torizo. Did not want to fight GT if GT did not have anything worthwhile. We already know he didn't, so he's probably just going to take the lower right path through lower Norfair. Proceed towards Ridley.
Which is a good call if you ask me. Ooh, and Sulsky just found the Bombos medallion in the Desert Palace. Whether or not Turtle Rock is going to require that is anyone's guess.
Have any of our runners been up to Death Mountain yet?
Not in the Dark World, no.
Okay. Oh, and the Ether Medallion! Okay.
Yep, Sulsky just got the Ether Medallion in the Desert Palace. Sulsky is about to take on the bosses in the Desert Palace. I don't remember the name for the boss in the Desert Palace. Or are they just like the Tri-Worms, I like to call them?
It's Landmolus, I believe. Troll snakes. I mean, all the snakes in this game are pretty trolly. Trollderm.
Yeah. Sulsky making good use of the hook shot to speed his way through some parts of this. And getting to that key really quickly, too.
Migs is setting up for his Green Gate glitch in Big Pink. Oh, he's almost got it.
Where did Sulsky get the fire wand? Oh.
Him and Hitaka.
Maniacal just got...
both had it. Oh, sorry,
Maniacal got the magic mushroom in one part of the abandoned ship.
That's another fetch quest.
You did miss one very trolly reward from King Zora, giving any of the runners that pay 500 rupees for him would get a 20 rupee reward.
Oh no.
That's a rip-off if I ever saw it.
Yep, that is blue meringue from Migs. And just a missile with the charge beam. Alright, looks like none of our runners has speed booster. Sorry.
Oh no, I was thinking like, wasn't there like another upgrade area just past that lower part with the
Yep, there is. It requires a speed booster. Optionally requires gravity if you can't short charge, but you definitely need speed booster.
Oof. Yeah, none of the runners have found speed booster just yet. Though it looks like Sulsky's making his way towards the back area of Death Mountain via the hook shot.
Gonna check out Paradox Cave, it looks like?
I believe so.
Oh, and there's the Temper Sword for Migs.
Using the mirror deletion glitch there with the block to get past it. Let's see what Sulsky has found. Just 20 rupees and missiles. Not very exciting.
Oh, and the Ice Beam for Migs at the first missile spot.
Hitaka has also acquired the Ether Medallion. And see in the other cave, Sulsky has found power bombs, 50 rupees.
There's the
More.
speed booster. There it is.
Yep, he found it. The speed booster is in the... which cave is that in Death Mountain?
I think that's all Paradox Cave, because when you get there, it never makes sense. That's how it was explained to me.
Yeah. Then again, the caves in Death Mountain are just as confusing in the Dark World.
Let's see here. Chad is saying the fire rod is in the upper left bubble mountain in Norfair. Okay.
Ah.
Okay, so that's Norfair Reserve then. Okay. And Miggs is at the Billy Mays missile, but wait, there's more. Oh, and X-ray scope. If he finds charge in plasma, this will take out a few bosses.
Nice. Hitaka taking on the troll worms, making short work of them using the fire rod. Very quick kill for them. And that's the second boss killed for them. I always wonder what the heck those robots are in the abandoned ship. Do they even have a purpose?
Just get in your way.
Why were they ever built?
That's a good question. You can't damage them. All you can do is push them. They exist solely to get in your way. Maniacal just got a peek at some super missiles at the reserve tank spot, so he knows he's not missing anything important. He won't have to come back.
And makes skipping out on a arrow capacity upgrade underneath the old spot of Mother Brain.
Yeah, that is correct. They are walking trash cans.
I believe it.
Oh, Miggs, going here just to see what the item is. He doesn't have speed booster, so he can't get it.
But he can at least see what it is.
Yeah.
And a heart piece.
Just a heart piece.
Maniacal's heading towards the upper left section of the main starting area. And I believe Solsky's making his way over to fight Kraid now. Hitaka getting another missile upgrade for Samus as well as 20 rupees. Hitaka just now got the speed booster as well. Up in Paradox Cave.
Very happy to see that.
Maniacal going for the power.
Which runners have been fleeced by King Zora?
I believe Maniacal, Hitaka, and Miggs. I'm not actually, I think all four runners have been swindled by King Zora at this point.
Okay. Just a heart piece on the ledge, easy for me to say.
Hitaka is now making his way into Spiral Cave. I always love the music in that section.
In Spiral Cave?
No, the section Maniacal's in.
Oh, Green Brinstar, okay.
Yeah.
Very happy sound.
And Maniacal's skipping out on more missile upgrades. I think that you just reach a certain point where you just say, I have enough missiles, I'm good, thank you.
He's probably keeping his ammo in mind. He has charge beam, so he doesn't need any extra missiles that he probably already has. And once he finds the rest of the beams that he wants, wave, ice, and plasma, his damage will be purely charge beam. So his ammo won't be of any concern, with very few exceptions.
Oh, and Maniacal just got the Titan mitts. Yeah, this is the room
Miggs
before
is-
the... Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, Mig's heading on back to Legend of Zelda.
That has some very fast wall climbing.
Mm-hmm.
I can very much admit that while I am pretty good when it comes to A Link to the Past, I am not very good when it comes to Super Metroid. So it's always a treat to see these runners pulling off some really insane tricks, like Selski with the speed booster there in Maridia. I think when I tried to acquire that upgrade in Maridia, it took me like 4 tries. Speed booster is so hard to master.
Yeah, it can be. Can be a little janky. Once you know them, that can be easy, but they're definitely janky.
Makes us check in the map. The 2 red crystals are in the Ice Palace and Misery Mire, while Thieves Town.
The 2 worst ones.
Yeah. And Thieves Town has the green pendant. Honestly, I can't think of which of the dungeons in the Dark Overworld is considered the worst to go through for speedrunning. See, Solski's in the Mama Turtle room. Ooh, and Maniacal just picked up the King of Burna.
We'll see if he uses that to check Spike Room later.
Well, I think Maniacal also picked up the magical cape as well, so either one's a good option to use.
He can use some cane dashing if he has it. Well, yeah, he has Pegasus boots.
Mix is making his way through Skull Dungeon. Surprised the oh, there he is. I was wondering when the Wall Master was going to show up. Guess he was just a bit slow on the uptake. Solski's going through Maridia, doing a very nice morph ball high jump there. Maniacal just picked up the blue boomerang and getting more missiles. Siyataka is making his way through Lower Norfair. Miggs is exploring around close to the entrance to Death Mountain on the Dark Overworld.
I'm pretty sure I just saw a lamp on Bumper Cave.
Ooh.
It was only for a moment, but I'm pretty sure that was the lamp.
Well, I'm sure chat can confirm that for us if we were right or not. Miggs is going to be checking out the upper cave of the Light World Graveyard, and while Solski is getting the Heart Container, and Maniacal getting his level 3 sword at the Power Bomb or not Power Bomb, the just Morph Ball location.
Oh, just 10 bombs.
Not very exciting, but Maniacal just got the Ice Beam. I believe
Miggs is setting up to do King's Tomb.
I believe on the previous run last night, none of the runners could find Ice Beam anywhere.
Oh, that'll make Turian difficult to manage, or at least it can. Solski, seeing what's in the left sand pit, wants nothing to do with the heart piece or heart tank.
While Maniacal just got the X-ray scope from the upper area of the what do you call that room again?
That was the Billy May. That's the Billy Mays missile room because originally there's a missile in there, but then you shoot at the floor because. But wait, there's more, and there's another missile. At least in the vanilla game.
That makes sense. Meg's now in the sea house in Dark Kakariko, and got a heart container. It looks like Hitaka's now taking on Ridley. See if there'll be a quick kill for them.
Powerbomb strats to start out. Oh, it just got pogo. That looked like it hurt.
But it looks like they've got. Well, they had Ridley in the corner there for a bit. Maniacal using the screw jump to get down there without having to use a power bomb, and skipping out on air upgrades.
Yep, and then question in chat, how does this work? This is the Super Metroid Link to the Past crossover randomizer. The items are randomized between both games, so you can find, for example, a heart piece on the morph ball spot. The Discord server that is set, that's actually the avatar used, as a heart piece on the morph ball spot. Or you could find, like, say, the Varia suit from Uncle. And there are 4 between both games. The fortune teller next to Link's house goes to Criteria. Where the ice rod is in the Dark World, or where it would be in the Dark World, goes to Maridia. The Lord Norfair Golden Torizo energy refill spot goes to Misery Mire. And then the secondary exit from Old Man on Death Mountain goes to Upper Norfair.
Which, runners utilizing those spots can get to areas they would normally be able to access through normal means, and thus making some bits of the run very interesting. Although it looks like Solski's taking on Draygon there.
Oh, Hitaka, just 3 bombs for his troubles against Ridley. And it's unfortunate.
Yes, that is indeed unfortunate. Makes us bringing home the Dwarf blacksmith guy. Yeah, I'll agree. That was a nice fight with Hitaka. And makes
literature.
Yeah, makes just got literature from dwarven blacksmiths.
They forged a book. That's got to be a powerful book.
They have forged a mighty book from the strongest of fires.
Well, this is good, because he's right next, or Miggs is right. He's picking up the chest to take the lunchbox back. He can also route in Bombo's tablets, I think, if he's going to go that route.
Well, now that he has the magic powder, he's going to check out the upgrade from the Mad Batter. Let's see what he gives. Oh, he gave the red boomerang.
Not impressed. Super Bunny Cave, kind of a wah-wah for Maniacal. Solski still taking on Draygon, just about dead.
Yeah, Draygon's pretty close. Maniacal utilizing those... Oh, sorry.
Looks like Maniacal peaked at Death Mountain, and it looks like it requires the Quake Medallion. And then afterwards, Maniacal decided to pick up the Spring Ball, and he's going to try his Andy strats and hover. Unfortunately, that's actually very difficult to do.
I'm guessing he's utilizing some of the like the ledge parts on the pits to just kind of traverse across it.
Solski, very fortunate, was down to the last 2 health. Nearly died to Draygon, but was able to farm some goops. And still alive. Draygon is being very trolly shrimp right now. And looks like Migs is taking the lunchbox on a world tour.
Not quite heading over to the thief guy just yet. Looks like they're going to be visiting old Stumpy first. No, they're going to be heading towards the upper cave near old Stumpy.
And just a power bomb upgrade. And Solski finally disposing of Draygon. Very clutch fight. Nearly died several times.
Well, given they only have the Spazer beam and the Spazer and the charge beam at that point, it would be a pretty tricky fight to do.
And just a missile upgrade. Oh, that is a brutal reward.
But still, they put up a good fight.
Yep.
And Maniacal just now got the speed booster.
Draygon missile is a missile, Solski's going to pass that up. Migs just about at our thief friend. And what's in the lunchbox today?
50 rupees. Guess they're getting a refund on that lunch.
Speed booster. Actually, if Solski had done a Shine Spark into Draygon, it likely would have killed Solski in the process. Because you can take chain damage every frame you're in Draygon, and just take 40 damage per hit, and Solski would have been dead.
And at the Bombos tablet, Migs just got a heart piece. Maniacal's now in the delicious spike room of death. Checking to see what the reward is there. And he got the hook shot. Hey, at least Migs didn't have to pay to open up the cash box, so that's free money.
Mm-hmm.
Migs is also now in the Hype Cave.
Has there been a Hype Cave check yet?
Migs is checking it now.
Kind of a not really a Hype Cave, just kind of a
Migs giving the Hype NBC the reward he deserves.
Migs clearly unhappy with what's in there.
Oh, Hataka's taking on Kraid now. So you gonna get the quick kill too? Yes, he is.
Nicely done. And Maniacal just followed up with his Hype Cave check.
Oof.
Not as visually displeased, but probably unhappy with what was found.
Especially since after you beat Kraid, you just get a single arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I do all that fighting just for this. I don't get paid enough. I don't get paid at all. Looks like Maniacal's heading towards the back portion of the Dark Lake Hylia to go see... oh, no wait. They're utilizing the portal here.
Yep, using the portal to get to Maridia. Migs has checked the Ether tablet. It was just money. So both tablets pretty worthless today.
The runners like to show off the Kraid DLC. I paid $50 just to get a single arrow from this guy. Now there's something very sad.
Cruising through Hera.
There's something satisfying with going through that section in Maridia with all the fake roids, having screw attack, and just seeing them fling themselves at you just to die in one hit. Maniacal's now taking on Draygon. Hopefully they won't have to clutch as much.
Well, he's got grapple beam, so he's got a backup strat. And he's setting up for a missile opening. Should be an interesting fight.
Solskjaer using the super missile clip to get past that barrier. And Mig's getting 20 rupees on the Tower of Hera main chest.
Oh, Maniacal just barely missed the turret.
Oof.
So we'll get the slow climb to do the fried strat, but a very dead shrimp is coming up.
Anybody like fried shrimp? Very nice kill by Maniacal on Draygon. That's three of the bosses down for them.
Yep. Maniacal is trying to set up for a spike suit. That's very difficult to pull off. Not surprising he wasn't able to get it. Saw the missile. He's like, nope.
Hitaka getting a energy reserve tank from the Mama Turtle room.
And looks like Miggs has his first crystal.
Nice. 1 down, 7 to go. Or 6 to go.
Hitaka deciding wants the energy tank. Must get it.
Silsky pulling off some very nice wall jumps there.
Mm-hmm. And in chat, Joe, that is actually the intended way to kill Draygon, to use grappling beam on the turrets. Otherwise, you could shoot its soft belly.
Yeah, since Solsky didn't have the grapple beam, he couldn't utilize it.
Nope. It was a very clutch fight, though, on Solsky's part.
I'm just glad he didn't die from it. Looks like Hitaka had picked up the hammer and shovel in the lower portion of Maridia.
Now, that's 3 runners that have picked up shovel now. I don't think anybody's checked dig spot yet.
Mix just got the fire rod. So now he can at the very least take on Skull Woods, should he choose to do so. And Solsky getting the half magic upgrade. Yep, this machine just taking his time going through this.
Everyone's favorite coffee break on Maniacal's end, the Shack tool. Let's see what Spring Ball has. Oh, there's Charge Beam. Okay. Hitaka now has Charge Beam.
Nice.
And other than Gravity Suit, Ice Beam, or Grapple Beam, Spring Ball could have anything.
Make skipping
Just
out.
a missile. Just a missile.
Make skipping out on the net in the speed booster room. Looks like Hitaka did a hard reset.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, he probably reset after the. Actually, no, I didn't even see where he was going. So he had a good reason for it. I just wasn't sure what he was doing.
Solsky's now in the abandoned ship, likely to take on Phantoon. He reset after doing a sandpit check.
Oh, okay. It's actually pretty annoying to route both sandpits in without having to go everywhere in Maridia. So he's probably just checking it, see if there's anything worthwhile. If not, and then he'll probably just take the back way out.
Solsky's now taking on Phantoon. I believe I mentioned this earlier, but like Phantoon's a very RNG boss when it comes to trying to speedrun his fight.
Yep, he is. And even when you know his patterns, he can still be kind of annoying. Because then there's execution involved.
Especially if he only gives you like a 1 second window to do damage on him.
Mm-hmm. Never like fast close.
Taka taking on that weird worm water dragon thing.
His janky boss, Botswoon.
Megs is taking on Crocomire. I believe I've seen that strat before with Crocomire, where like shooting off like 3 missiles at once into his mouth very quickly.
Mm-hmm. And then question in chat, you must beat both games to complete the randomizer. It doesn't matter what order you beat them in, but you have to complete both games.
When you complete either boss first, it doesn't end the game so much as just bring you out of it so you can get to the other game and finish it. So for instance, if you beat Ganon first, it would put you right outside of the pyramid after the fight. Solsky's almost got Phantoon down for the count. And Megs looks like he's just is getting finished with the Crocomire fight.
Yep, and Samus stole Crocomire's 300 rupee savings there.
What is he gonna do with it? He's dead.
Oh, and the Spazer Mean Beam, Maniacal passing it up.
And Solsky has taken down Phantoon.
Solsky showing a little bit of anger towards the ghost.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't either.
He was getting some pretty bad luck on that end, with how quickly Phantoon was disappearing on him. Solsky's now exploring the lower portion, just past Phantoon's room. And Nataka's now taking on Draygon, and looked like they pulled off a Shine Spark attack on him.
Yeah, look like it. And yeah, this has been a really open seed by the looks of it. I missed the first half an hour, but yeah, this has been a very openly explored seed.
I think the best part for the runners was just finding the space jump pretty early. Because even if they didn't have the speed booster, the space jump would allow them to access a lot of areas very easily. No, I think Phantoon is just a spoopy ghost.
Yep. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure Hitaka, Maniacal, and Solsky now have 3 Super Metroid bosses dead. And then let's see here. 2 crystals, 1 crystal, 2 crystals. Yeah, it's really hard to say who has a lead or even who has an advantage.
At this point, I would say Solsky has the most bosses killed right now. And it looks like he has the most items as well. but he does not have the Ice Beam.
And he also does not have Titan's Mitts yet.
But Solsky just picked up the magic mushroom, and Miggs just got the second upgrade to his shield. Taka is looking to take the warp to Misery Mire via Maridia. And Maniacal now taking on Golden Torizo.
Taka having just a slight issue with the roly-polies.
They don't look like they're cooperating.
No. And Maniacal making sure to use up his missiles so Golden Torizo will not fire his beams. This is a very good strat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, if you have more than 30 missiles currently, Golden Torizo will just fire beams at you. If you have less, he'll just shoot eggs and jump.
Does look like the Maniacal's farming to get more super missiles out of this. And it looks like Hitaka is heading towards the Swamp Palace. Since they've got both the flippers and the hookshot, it'll make quick work down there. Oh no, wait, he's heading towards the very meh hype cave.
Today it's an explosion cave.
Well, then again, they did get more health out of that, so I wouldn't say it was a complete waste. And they got the level 2 shield, too. Michael close on that Golden Torizo kill. And he is down.
Nicely done by Maniacal. Now it looks like Hitaka's gonna go pay a visit to the swamp.
He needs the Quake medallion to get into Misery Mire.
And that is the one medallion we have not seen yet.
I'm going to be very surprised if they get to Turtle Rock and that's going to require the Quake medallion as well. Because I've seen some iterations with the Randomizer where both dungeons will require the same medal.
Yeah. And looks like this is another instance of that, because Quake is required for both of the dungeons.
Has either one been to, or any of them been to Turtle Rock?
Someone was up towards Turtle Rock. I want to say it was Maniacal when they were doing a Dark Death Mountain check for Hookshot Cave.
Well, Maniacal's checking out the desert cave. How do you pronounce this guy's name again? Sahasrara? I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yep, Sarsaparilla, Saskatoon, the flute! We have flute! It's not the first flute, though. That's actually the third flute.
Yeah, it does not look like Miggs has found the flute just yet, but if they check out the cave after taking care of the Desert Palace, they'll probably get it.
Please don't forget about it, Miggs.
It's Agana. It's the guy in the desert cave. Well, to be fair, both old mans look the same, so you have to excuse me if I mistake one for the other. No, I do not know my Agana from my Sahara Halhasala.
Sriracha? What?
Sriracha. Maniacal's now going through the Desert Palace.
Maniac will be very happy to see 2 medallions, but he'll be unhappy that neither one of them will be quick.
Yeah. So that's one game's kind of middle finger towards the runners of like, hey, here's 2 medallions. You can't use either of them to progress. Though, is that any more trolly than going to King Zora and only getting 20 rupees from him? See, Hataka's making some good progress in the Swamp Palace. And Solski's checking out the... What is that room? This...
Solski, that's the back end of the gauntlet. I don't know if this room has a proper name. I mean, it might, but I don't know all of my Super Metroid names anymore.
I barely know enough about Super Metroid as is, because I haven't played it in years. I only started recently playing it once I found out about the randomizer.
Yeah, this is a very cool randomizer that Total has set up. Third medallion is not behind Ridley. We know it is just a wah-wah.
Yeah. Miggs is getting the quick kill on the troll worms via the flame rod. Very nice quick kill there.
Yes, gravity can be behind Ridley, however, it won't be in this case because all 4 runners have gravity.
Yeah,
like
all the runners got gravity really early in the run.
And Meg's now gonna do Desert Palace checkerboard check. Oh, there's a Guinness Cave. Megs will be very happy to see. All 4 runners also have Varia, so oh, the silvers are at the dig spot. That's a nice find by Solski. He already has Tempered Sword, so he probably doesn't need them. But still, very happy to see them, just because of Vitreous, just because of King Helmassar, Argus, if you can land a hit, and Ganon, of course.
Oh, what do they pick up?
Silver arrows were at the dig spot.
Ooh, nice. They will have to rely on doing spin attacks with Ganon, of course.
Nope.
I believe it takes 10 to 12 spin attacks to beat Ganon once he's in that last stage.
Let's see, they have Tempered Sword, so yeah, that would, I believe that's 12 spins. I believe that is correct.
And then the last Sword upgrade would probably just drop it down to like 10.
I think Butter Sword does the same spin damage as Tempered Sword for some reason.
Maniacal just got... Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, this game is very weird with its damage settings.
Well, Maniacal just got a energy tank from the treasure chest minigame, and Hitaka's fighting the eyeball boss, the eyeball jellyfish.
Solski very unhappy that the mushroom side quest turned out to be a missile expansion. 24 Master Sword. Okay.
And Hitaka has just finished the Swamp Palace.
Both runners may not have gone back to Blue Brinstar to pick up Moon Pearl.
Yeah, because it's only Hitaka at the moment that has the Moon Pearl.
Miggs did pick it up recently.
Oh, Maniacal just found the Quake Medallion. It's in Thieves Town.
Oh, Maniacal's gonna be very happy about that.
Oh, wait. Yeah, Maniacal does have the Moon Pearl. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's check in the Bombable Hut for 20 rupees. Yay!
Solsky using super missiles on Bomb Torizo. Bomb Torizo takes double damage, very quickly dispatching the boss.
Now I'm curious, the randomizer like sometimes doesn't make that boss activate. Is that something?
That's actually not a bug. The Bomb Torizo will only activate as a boss when you have regular bombs.
Huh. Interesting.
And the door will close on you immediately if you go in with bombs. Because in the vanilla game, when you pick up bombs, that's when it triggers to close the door.
Ah, so if you went there and didn't have the bombs, nothing would just happen. You did get the upgrade anyway.
Yep.
Makes having some troublesome time with those golden space pirates, but has quickly dispatched them.
Yep, worst room in the game. It is called that for a reason.
Maniaco's gonna go smith himself a mighty book.
He'll probably think it's good, but unfortunately he will not be happy when he sees just the unhappy rewards from both of the tablets.
Ah, now that's one thing I've been wanting to figure out. That dash plus hammer trick he's doing. Because I saw that happen on the previous run the other night. Ah, just a heart piece in that room.
That's unfortunate.
Selsky got his tight mitts.
He's probably kicking himself that he didn't come down here sooner. But now... Oh wait, nope, Hitaka still has to go down there to get his Titan's mitts, it looks like. And it looks... Our pedestal requirements are vastly dwindling.
I don't know, Hitaka's made some good progress. He's got 3 crystals and 3 of the bosses done with Super Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
But Maniacal does have the Quake Medallion. So that'll give him access to 2 of the crystal palaces right off the bat.
Yep, and if he has Cane of Samaria, he'll be able to complete, well, just one of them right now until he gets his Fire Rod in Norfair.
I can definitely say from this standpoint, it's hard to judge just who has a lead at this point. Because each one has advantages over the other with the item combinations they've found so far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Hitaka's got the Cane of Samaria, which is making progression through Skull Woods very easy for them.
Let's see here. Palace of Darkness is a pendant. Let's see here. Skull Woods is a pendant, and Thieves Town is a pendant.
Ah, the Cane of Samaria was a reward from the Swamp Boss. And Hitaka got that.
Oh, from Marcus. Okay. So once Hitaka goes to Green Brinstar to visit the critters, he'll get his Titan's mitts, and then he can finish not Thieves Town. He can finish Misery Mire and Turtle Rock.
I think Maniacal is flipping out a bit, just getting an arrow upgrade in the diggable spot there near Stumpy.
Charge Beam has already been picked up, so Charge Beam will not be on pedestal. Now, other beams could be on pedestal. I don't think we've seen... we have not seen Plasma Beam yet. And I'm not sure we've seen Wave Beam.
No, we haven't seen Wave Beam or Plasma. I will say this much, out of all the bosses to fight in A Link to the Past, Mathula is probably the worst to fight. Moving around erratically and all of those, like, spike traps moving across the room while the floor itself just shifts about. And a compass from the boss. It looks like Biggs just...
Skullwood.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like Skullwood was just kind of a blah play.
But it looks like Miggs just took down Ridley.
Looks like he's farming so he can... I imagine so he can get back out with relative ease.
Because it's only got, like, 10 super missiles.
Oh, Maniacal now turning in his mushroom. He will be upset when he sees the missile pack there.
Probably, if I had to guess, he's probably going to bomb the witch the second he gets out.
Oh,
There's-
picking up the missile.
And making good use of his money to get himself a blue potion. 2 blue potions. Solsky just got his ice beam.
I'm sure he's very happy with that. Turian will not be an issue late in the game.
Maniacal's now going into the Ice Palace. As I said before, both Ice Palace and Misery Mire have the 5th and 6th crystals needed to get the big bomb.
I wonder if he's hoping for a key item drop. We already know that Fire Rod, Samaria, and Hookshot will not be in there. Bow could be in here, but...
Oh, and interestingly, Solsky is skipping out on the X-ray upgrade. Another energy tank from Maniacal.
Ice is... In terms of logic, ice is required, but if you know how to do a 4-tap setter, you do not need ice. If you have enough ammo, or you just want to do a Zeb skip, you don't need ice.
Yeah, because if you want to take down the Metroids, it takes around 3 power bombs just to take them all down. Ice Beam just makes it easier to kill them.
Mm-hmm. And Hitaka saw that lamp on the Bumper Cave ledge, wants that lamp. Probably for Misery Mire Darkroom navigation. Maybe Pod, maybe Eastern, depending on...
Well, I know some of the runners have already gone through Pod early. I definitely know Maniacal and I think Solsky have. Solsky getting that... Oh, no, they're skipping out on it.
Oh, chat says Wave Beam has been found. I did not see it. Solsky on his way back to Zelda, and... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, let's hope Maniacal can find something useful in Ice Palace.
In terms of progression, the only item that we know that could be in here is Bow.
Because I can't imagine, like, going any farther in these dungeons and just still not finding the bow. Maniacal pulling off a very nice self-damage from a bomb to get past the gap there. And now Solsky is making his way to the mech cave. Oh, Maniacal's doing something here.
He's trying to set up another bomb jump. Normally need hookshot for this, but if you can do the bomb jump, you can get across it just like that.
Very nice use of the bombs there. And you could just tank the hit from the spikes there. See,
Because of the current version of the logic, we will not know what is on pedestal from the book because the text has not yet been added. I believe it's added for the version 10, which is not yet live. But as of now, if you want to do a pedestal check, you have to get all 3 pendants.
So far, Maniacal has not found anything worthwhile here in Ice Palace. It's just been keys and the usual dungeon loot. Very nice use of the magic powder to regain some health.
Oh, Maniacal just saw the magic pot drop. He wants it.
Every bit of magic is very handy to have in this game. Well, Selsky did something there. I think he was trying to get the item from the whisker fish early.
Well, he's going back for it, so it's obviously something he wants.
And it's an energy tank.
Oh, Miggs is finally going to get... I forget what was in Paradox Cave now.
Speed booster, and Hitaka just got the Quake Medallion in the Thieves Town. And another compass for Maniacal. Still nothing good. I can only imagine at this point that the only worthwhile drop he's going to get is from the boss itself.
Solsky is on his way to Super Bunny Cave. Unfortunately, that will not yield a result he wants, but we already know it's not worthwhile.
No, sir.
Oh, and Maniacal doesn't have hookshot, so he can't do the clip to get to the big chest.
But the Maniacal did get to the big chest.
Yep, had a bomb jump back across, and he doesn't have Samaria, so he has to do the quote-unquote normal intended way to get the Cold Stare.
Solsky checking out what Turtle Rock had to offer, and seeing it's the Quake Medallion. And Maniacal now at...
Yep, at Cold Stare, and I believe this is our first hookshot cave. No, it's not. Spring Ball. We've already been here.
But since they have the hookshot, they can check out the other chests. Yeah, it's just upgrades, sadly. Very quick kill on the Ice Palace boss thanks to the upgraded sword. Oh, and it's just a missile upgrade. So, doesn't look like there's anything worthwhile there.
At the Ice Palace gamble did not pay off.
But he does have one of the 2 required crystals to get the big bomb. And Hitaka's taken on Blind the Bandit. Gonna be making quick work of him with the upgraded sword.
Hitaka might be thinking pedestal pull, because this will be his second pendant.
It's always funny to do a pedestal pull and get something like 20 rupees out of it. But he does have the green pendant now, so he can see what kind of upgrade he'll get from Sahasrara, Mr. Sriracha himself.
And that might be another reason why he's finishing this one specifically, because it is the green pendant. It is effectively another item. Oh, and he's doing a hard reset to go back to Super Metroid so he can warp back to Link's house quicker. I don't know why he just didn't save and quit.
Yeah, I can agree there. 20 rupees is better than a green rupee.
And we see now that Solsky has entered the Ice Palace. I'm not sure if he's banking on an item, but it'll be more for crystal progress than anything else.
The Migs and Maniacal are both making their way towards the last boss they need to take down before they can go fight the Mother Brain. In Maniacal's case, it's Ridley, and Migs' case, they need to go fight Draygon. I'm not sure if Migs has found the hook, the gravity beam, the hookshot beam.
No, he does not have. No, he does not have grapple.
Solsky using a bomb jump to get past there. Michael getting some good cash money.
Oh, Migs is getting pretty close to triggering those reserves. Oh, never mind. Free refill.
Migs showing off a very nice shine spark to get to one section of Maridia there. The Maniacal now in Ridley's boss room, while Hitaka's now taking on Phantoon. I'd say so far with a boss lead, Hitaka's got the lead. He's almost got all of the Metroid bosses beat. He's got the wave beam, and he's got what looks to be like 4 of the crystals. No, 3 of the crystals done in Zelda.
3 crystals, 3 crystals, 2 pendants. And Maniacal making very quick work of Ridley.
Very nicely done.
That is very accurate, chat. Physics in water are very negotiable. They're also just a suggestion.
I know Otherium did a very bad example of water physics, because their idea of water physics was just slow down the animations by 50%. Like every bit of animation you do is just slow down.
That's it, huh?
Even just like firing a beam is slower.
That's disappointing. Oh, and there's the charge. There's the charge beam for Migs. Question in chat: why do you let Ridley grab you? Ridley has a set health count at 18,000, but he does not die when he reaches 0. When he does reach 0, he will start a series of swoops when he attempts to grab you. When he grabs you during this sequence, he will then die and explode in that fashion. Otherwise, it'll be something called Berserk Ridley, where he'll just go crazy, fly everywhere very fast, and just explode at some point, like a minute or so later.
So I'd imagine
So
if you want to get the quick kill on Ridley, you gotta let him grab you.
yeah, you gotta let him grab you. You gotta count your damage. Keep an eye on when he's just about dead.
Because otherwise he's just gonna go berserk for like a minute or so.
Yep.
Maniacal using a bit of damage boosting to go very quickly in the opposite direction after finding 20 rupees down there. Solski's almost at the boss in the Ice Palace. And Maniacal just got the wave beam.
So in terms of location, a couple places in Pod. It could be just about anywhere in Misery Mire. I don't know if anybody's checked Eastern yet. At least we know Bo won't be on Armos nights.
I know two of the runners have checked out Eastern Palace, but they haven't gone through it fully since they don't have the bow.
Okay.
I imagine since Hitaka and Maniacal both have the Quake medallions, they might check out Turtle Rock or Misery Mire.
Oh yeah, with Bo could be anywhere in Turtle Rock, and that would be very frustrating for players if Turtle Rock was required before going to before going to Ganon's Tower.
Well, it looks like Dragon Rock does hold one of the crystals. Or Turtle Rock, I should say. Not Dragon Rock. Maniacal skipping out on an energy reserve tank.
Maniacal doesn't look like he wants anything to do with it. And Solski gonna see that lantern on Bumper Cave Ledge, is gonna go get it. Crystal Flash, I don't think is in logic for anything.
I do like that there's just enough space in Bumper Cave to get past the pitfall there. And Solski has the lantern.
Very nice. Maniacal saw the bug net, wanted nothing to do with it. He's piecing out of there. Oh, Migs tried to do a halfie. Oh, he couldn't quite get it. He had a good setup for it, though. Without high jumps, though, it's very difficult. Oh, wait, he does have high jumps. It's very difficult to pull off, though. Chat unhappy with the bug net disrespect.
And Maniacal now has the Fire Rod. So now he can go into Skullwoods should he choose to do so. Well, choose to do so early anyway. Makes us now taking on Draygon, their last fight in Metroid before Mother Brain. Migs does not have the grapple beam, so I have to make quick work of them with some super missiles.
If Migs can time some short charges, Shine Sparks can also be used. Pedestal cannot be bow locked because Palace of Darkness is a pendant. and is in fact the only key item we have not seen yet, besides Plasma Beam on the Super Metroid side. Mig's showing just a little bit of frustration with Draygon.
But it's otherwise made some short work of that boss. So now Maniacal, Hitako, and Migs have all completed the necessary bosses to access Mother Brain's lair.
And let's see here. They all have bombs. Two of them have screw attack, so they could opt to just fight Mother Brain now and do the rest of their exploration in Link to the Past if they wish. They could still come back if they want to. That's probably something that I don't know if that was ever explained. When you beat one game, and Pan mentioned earlier, but with the Link to the Past, but you can actually get warped back to the top of the pyramid after you defeat Ganon, and then you can just warp on back to Super Metroid. You can still go between the two games when you complete either one. However, there is a known issue on the Super Metroid side where if you defeat Mother Brain first, you can get soft locked during the escape. You need either screw attack, bombs, or speed booster from the previous room to not get soft locked. That is on the plate to get fixed.
Maniacal pulling off a little shine spark trick while they're waiting for Crocomire to bust through.
Solsky doing some hammer dashing.
Is that like you pull off a dash right as you're like swinging the hammer to pull that off?
Push both buttons at the same time. Your item use button and your dash button. That's how you hammer dash. It's exclusive to the It's exclusive to Japanese 1.0, and don't do it with a shovel during screen transitions during the big game.
Does the soft lock the
you
game
could actually
do
soft
that?
lock yourself.
Oh,
It does. Yeah, if you don't have the shovel, you do a shovel dash from the dig game and screen transition, you'll just kind of glide forward doing your shovel till you get stuck against the wall, and you can't do anything. I've seen it once. It's kind of cool, but it's also kind of what?
yeah, I can imagine. Solsky just smithed him of Mighty Book. And Maniacal just picked up the Magic Cape. Oh, and Maniacal also got the hook shot. Nice.
I'm happy to finally see that.
Will definitely make traversing through some of the other dungeons much easier.
Mm-hmm. And now it puts Swamp Palace on the table for him.
Yeah, that is a good question.
We don't know where Bo is. It could be in Swamp. It could be in Mire. It could be in Pod.
It could be in Turtle Rock.
It could be in Turtle Rock, yeah. And it could still be in some one-off location in Super Metroid that hasn't been checked yet.
And I agree with you. Following 4 people at once is pretty hard. I imagine my commentary earlier without a co-host was pretty dry. It was more just me relaying what some of them were finding, not so much providing colorful commentary. Well, let's definitely see if Turtle Rock holds anything useful.
Well, if these runners follow tradition, they're gonna wait. They're gonna put Turtle Rock off as long as possible because nobody wants to check Turtle Rock unless they absolutely have to.
I remember I had a bad.
Hitaka did. Yeah, Hitaka was the only one who dipped in. Oh wait, that's right. Swap House has been checked. Argus has the King of Samaria. My apologies. And it seems to be where Maniacal's going now. So Mire T, or I already said Mire. Mire T Rock or Pod. Yes, Turtle Rock is completable. Only for Hitaka though, because Hitaka has Samaria.
Yeah, none of the runners have Samaria, but Solski's working his way towards it, but he does not have the Quake Medallion. Maniacal does have the Quake Medallion, he's making his way through the Swamp Palace. Meanwhile, Miggs is making his way through the Ice Palace.
Right. That's right, Hitaka still has to go visit Critters and get his Titan's Mitts, but if he's going where I think he's going, he's heading in that direction.
Definitely looks like to be the right spot.
Setting up for a Spore Spawn skip.
That's always a nice trick to see, the killing two Stalfos at once with one bomb.
Titan's Mitts is behind the green door, down by the
Edecoons as the...
Yes, the Edecoons. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot their name.
It's okay, I didn't know their name either until chat said so.
Miggs is looking like he's making pretty quick work of Ice Palace so far.
Yeah, he's been going through that really quickly.
Maniacal and Solski are basically seconds apart inside Swamp Palace, so they're going to get Kane of Samaria just about the same time.
The Maniacal has the advantage at this point since he has the Quake Medallion.
Yep. Where Maniacal goes from here is anybody's guess. Solski does have the advantage on Maniacal though because he has one more crystal, one more dungeon done.
Although it's kind of mixed for them, because he has one more dungeon from Zelda done than Maniacal. Maniacal has one of the main bosses in Metroid over Solski.
Metroid done. I'm sure Hitaka's... Oh, yep, Hitaka a little frustrated seeing Titan's Mitts there. He's none too happy. Because he knows he could have had them a while ago.
But at least he has them now. That's all that matters. And yeah, the real Monk, I just call the Edecoons the Wall Jump Boys too. Maniacal doing a very quick statue push there. And Meg's using a nice hookshot clip there to get the extra key. Wall jumps are never hard to do for me. I can actually pull off some pretty nice wall jumps in Super Metroid to get to areas not normally easily get to. That is not a green potion. That looked more like a red potion.
Yep, that's a slight palette error. Some items will still have that.
I believe you said earlier that the devs were working on fixing some of the textures for the items in Super Metroid if they're from A Link to the Past.
Yep. I mean, there's only so much palette space they have to work with in rooms. So, you know, some heart pieces, for example, will show up completely black except for a little red insert. Some items will have a red glow. And Hitaka not going to waste any more time. He's going down to Torian, going to take on the brain, and then do the rest in Link to the Past.
Sosuke got the quick kill on Argus, with Maniacal right behind him. And Meg's now at Cold Stare. That makes 4 crystals for Sosuke and 3 for Maniacal. And since Hitaka has the Ice Beam, he's making short work of those Metroids. Ooh, a nice 2 for 1 there with those Metroids.
And now that they have Samaria, looks like Soulski going straight to Misery Mire. He does not have Quake, so he can't get in. But Maniacal can. Oh, he hasn't been here yet, so he probably doesn't even know he needs Quake. Oh, no, I take that back. He's going to Lower Norfair. Soulski is.
But Maniacal's going into Misery Mire. Quite a powerful feat, being able to stop a storm with an earthquake. How would that even work?
That's one powerful earthquake, man.
Hitaka's taken some intentional damage to make the energy drain from the baby Metroid much faster.
And facing right to save the 40 frames. Good job, Hitaka. And Mig's now going to enter Swamp Palace. We'll be happy to get the Cane of Samaria. So all of our runners basically done the same thing. At least with 3 of them have done around the same time. Hitaka looks like some of those early decisions are paying off. Has a slight lead now. Please bow on Trinex. Oh boy. I think every runner ever would hate that. Your last time you need on Trinex.
Hitaka turning off their screw attack.
Yep, setting up for a Zebetite skip, but he's going to reload the room. Oh, jumping just a little bit too high there, Hitaka. There you go. Oh, I thought you had it. It looked like you had it. Maniacal has Charge Beam. As for why he's not finishing off Mother Brain yet, don't know. And Hitaka, instead of wasting more time with the Zepatites, just going to take out the Zepatites. He's got more than enough ammo to do it. He's not worried.
I'd imagine Maniacal's probably looking to find where the bow is. And Mother Brain Phase 1 is done for Hitaka, while Solski's fighting Ridley. So far, no luck for Maniacal. He's mostly just been finding keys in Misery Mire.
I think the big chest is his last hope for this dungeon.
That or the boss drop.
Oh, and Compass is still available. Oof. Still one more dungeon item.
Well, he's got he's got the butter sword now.
So Vitreous probably has the last item. And it's likely not a key.
Nigel making good use of that magic power to regain some lost health. Hitaka almost at the last phase of the Mother Brain fight. And Solski has taken down Ridley. A nice block toss from Maniacal in Misery Mire as he's traversing the dark sectors here. Yeah, see, I can't imagine doing any of these dark sections in A Link to the Past without the lantern.
The Misery Mire one is... that one must take the longest to learn. And Maniacal making it look very easy.
But he's still got one more room to go in this dark area. And there's our first Babby Metroid death of the run.
No, baby thump.
Taka getting in some really nice shots on the Mother Brain fight. Maniacal also making very quick work of the eyeball boss. Oh boy, 5 rupees, that's his reward for that fight.
So Misery Mire was basically nothing. That leaves Pod, Turtle Rock... Ugh.
At least
Maniacal... Yeah.
He's got the strongest sword upgrade at the very least. He can make short work of the enemies.
He does, and he also has his 6th crystal, so that's 5 and 6. He can check Fatberry now.
Deciding not to go through the Desert Palace.
Correct. Hitaka cannot save the animals. This is not a proper escape sequence. So he'll just be back on normal criteria when he gets to that room.
Looks like Maniacal is... Ah yeah, since he got both the crystals, he can get the big bomb. Hopefully this will have something good. And Hitaka's out of the escape sequence.
Sees 10 arrows, not gonna get it.
A nice shine spark all the way up the elevator.
The bomb is a dud.
I would not be surprised if the big bomb upgrade is going to be a dud. Solski got he got a bundle of bombs from the ether tablet.
Alright, moment of truth.
Oh, Maniacal
the
found
bow! The bow! Go mode has been achieved!
He has found the bow. It is at the big bomb upgrade. I'm sure Maniacal's very happy to see that.
Oh, Maniacal. This game is now Maniacal's. It's his to lose. He has the second most bosses completed, but he has the best progression bosses of them completed, if that makes any sense.
He's using a nice skip to get
Eastern.
up.
Yep.
Skips an entire portion of the Desert Palace just to get the boss easy.
So the next move Hitaka makes in Link to the Past will determine if he can still make it a race.
He may have the most bosses defeated, but Maniacal has the bow, and that's going to give him access to the last part of the Eastern Palace, as well as, I think...
He can do Pod, he can do Palace of Darkness, he can safely do Turtle Rock and not have to worry about it.
I don't think he'll have to do Palace Darkness, because that's just a pendant.
Oh, it is a pendant, okay. So
So
all he has to do is Eastern and Turtle Rock, and that's it. Oh, once he finishes Desert. And looks like Hitaka's gonna go to Ice. This is good. Oh, Migs. Oh, Migs.
Looks like Miggs is the last of the players to get the rip-off from King Zora, and rightly showing his rage. It's okay, Miggs. We understand your frustration.
Oh, no.
He was probably banking on the King Zora having the bow. Or something useful. My guess is he probably doesn't know where the Quake Medallion or the bow is. Elsilski's heading to Turtle Rock.
Oh, Solski. Oh, this is,
Well, it worked good for him either way, because he's still going to need that crystal.
Yeah, he will need the crystal. I understand the play. He's probably thinking just doesn't want to deal with Misery Mire. I am Poplars. Hello.
Well, he also has someone else here. I am Pansnick.
Hello.
Yes, I just now joined the commentary 2 hours and 22 minutes in.
Oh, chat's got all the puns today. I approve.
Solski doing a nice skip there to get past waiting on the platform. And using the cane dash to get on the upper part there, finding a key and an energy tank. Though I wonder if Maniacal's going to use the bow and arrow or the sword to get rid of this boss.
He's got silvers, so I'm hoping he uses bow. Really hoping he uses bow.
Looks like he's going to, with the way he's set up. Oh yeah, he's making quick work of that boss. And that's Eastern Palace done for Maniacal, and another crystal down. All he has to do now is finish Turtle Rock, and he'll have the Ganon fight open for him.
Nope, Meg's trying to set up for a bonk to get into Mire, but the slimes wanted nothing to do with it. That squeak was excitement. And vanilla big key chest for Solsky.
I think every runner except for Solsky has the second shield upgrade. Solsky only has the first shield. Hitaka setting himself for a bomb jump. And nicely executed. Maniacal's now making his way into Turtle Rock.
Migs might be happy to see some high damage items in Mire, but it's just not the one he's going to want. He wants bow. He's going to get butter, but he wants bow. Oh, Solsky's still looking for the bow. Going to check out Mimic Cave now.
I'd imagine he's gonna get that sword and be like, I can't believe it's butter. Solsky in the Mimic Cave, and he finds bombs. Oh boy.
Oh. Yep, they want the D. So both Hitaka and Migs are on their first of the two required crystals, 5 and 6. Which is good. So if they decide to do the other one afterwards, then Hitaka will obviously have a bigger advantage because he's got more dungeons done, but in terms of actual crystals, they'll have the same amount of crystals.
Hitaka does have the advantage over Solsky and Mig since he's got Mother Brain Bead, but Maniacal is pretty close to finishing because he just has Turtle Rock to be done with. Then all he has to do is fight Ganon and Mother Brain. Yeah, each of them do have unique timers. In fact, all of them do have unique timers. Mix has got a pretty interesting one. Kinda hard to read given the background, but you can still see it.
Mm-hmm.
And not only just a color shift between Hitaka and Maniacal's, and Solsky's appears to just be smaller.
Laser Bridge has literal riches with money.
And the key by the looks of it.
And Hitaka turning in the mushroom is going to be disappointed to see a missile pack. Bow is Fat Fairy reward. And Hitaka, I hope you're going to Mire.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to Mire. So I'll say this much, trying to go through Turtle Rock without any of the tunics and only like 8 hearts is utter pain.
Yes.
Silsky getting the quick kills on the first 2 heads. Gotta play carefully here. Oh, and they got the kill. That is Turtle Rock done for Solsky. An energy tank and another crystal. Monaco making his way into Mimic Cave. Or not Mimic Cave. The other side.
I wonder where Solsky's gonna go next.
Well, Solsky only has 2 more crystals to get. One at Eastern Palace and the other at Misery Mire. He can get to Misery Mire, but he does not have the bow.
Yep, but he is making the correct call by going to Mire, because once he completes that, he will have Fat Fairy access, and then he will get his bow.
I'd imagine Hitaka's going to be making the same move once he gets done with Misery Mire.
Yep, and Miggs is trying to do some Dark Room navigation, trying to get that Samaria block on the switch, having... Oh, looks like he's got it. Had just a little bit of difficulty.
Solsky bonking his way into Misery Mire. Is it faster to bonk your way in than just use the hook shot?
If you don't already have hookshot up, it probably is faster to bonk, but if you already have it, then I just use hookshot. But since you have to use your menu to get to a medallion to open it up, you probably won't have hookshot up. So I guess runner's preference?
I just now noticed that Miggs and Solsky are sitting on quite a lot of rupees right now. Miggs holding the most. Oh,
Miggs, no!
Oh, but he's got a fairy.
Ooh.
He's still good. That was very unfortunate, but at least he had a spare. But all he's got right now is just a B. Maniacal's at his last crystal fight. Making quick work of the head since with the use of the butter sword.
The bee trying to take on some eyeballs, not having much luck.
I just now noticed that Miggs, Hitaka, and Solsky are all in Misery Mire. And that makes for the last crystal to get from Maniacal. He has access to both final bosses. Although since
Miggs
he's
is having just a... Oh, ouch. Miggs has got to be very careful.
Thankfully, the last part of this boss is the easiest part. And he's playing it safe.
Greedy. Don't get greedy,
he's
Miggs.
got it.
And chat is already ahead of us. There are 22 locations of where the big key can be in Ganon's Tower. Get your guesses in now on where it could be. I'm sorry, 3 is not a 3 is not 3 is not a number. You're disqualified. I'm sorry, Texas is not a wager either.
Maniacal did do some good planning on doing Turtle Rock and now at Ganon's Castle. He probably was planning to do that one very last. So now we have Maniacal in Ganon's Tower. First chest, piece of heart. And a key.
Ooh. Yep, it looks like he's gonna go right. He's gonna continue right side. And skipping tile room for now. Chad is wagering Saturday Night Live references.
Not sure how you can. Not sure how you can wager that, but okay. Very smart use with the Cane of Samaria to get past that. Heart container. 4, 5, 6. Meg's on his way to get his bow, while Hitaka and Solsky are still in Misery Mire, but Hitaka's close to the boss now.
Miggs has his bomb, he's gonna get his bow, and he'll be very happy to see it.
And since Solsky has the lantern, he's making very easy use of the of Misery Mire in these dark parts. He doesn't have to do any guessing through this.
We saw a small key on the torch, so rest in peace, Bob. Meg's very unhappy with the bow location and also getting his riot shield as a result. Five. 6. Oh, 6!
Actually, it was the 6 before, so that was what, 7, 8? Oh, the plasma beam!
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So that was 7, 8, 9, 10 chests he's checked so far. The plasma beam's going to make some short work for the last part of Metroid.
Yep, with Ice Wave Plasma, Maniacal's going to have a very easy time of it to finish off the run.
Oh yeah, 11? Okay. I was close there on the count. Maniacal's doing some easy setup there for the mimics. Solsky just finished up Misery Mire. Meg's now in the Eastern Palace. And it looks like Hitaka's making his way to Turtle Rock.
Oh no, Hitaka, no, no. No, Hitaka.
Thank you, chat. I now know how to math.
I don't know how to math. What is 1 plus 1? Is it 11?
Obviously,
10.
1 plus 1 is fish.
Oh, Hitaka's got the Super Money Cape check-in. Turns out to be nothing. And probably going to do Turtle Rock, which we know will not give him anything.
Solsky's on his way to get his bow as well as a shield upgrade. Maniacal on his second fight with the troll worms. Making very short work of them. Hitaka's checking out the cave, got himself the speed booster.
Spring Ball.
A spring ball.
Pretty much nothing
spring
else.
ball. Yeah. And now going to be taking on Turtle Rock.
Oh, Hitaka. And that is goal mode for Solsky, and also getting his mental shield.
Why is it bad for Hitaka to take on Turtle Rock now? Oh, since he'd have to make his way back to the tower.
Yep. You have to come all the way back up. Oh, and once he does do Mire, he has to do Eastern. So Hitaka's gonna lose a lot of time by doing Turtle Rock now.
2 more chests. He's not going to check them. I assume he's already found the master key.
Yeah, he has a big key. And he has enough small keys to not have to worry about checking any other chests or the mini Helmassar, so he's just gonna go back to Troll Dorm's Revenge, take on the geometry test.
More arrows.
Maniacal choosing to validate his run. Good decision.
Both Hitaka and Migs are making their way into Turtle Rock. Well, Hitaka's already in Turtle Rock. Maniacal now on the second Aghanim fight, though technically first for them. Yeah, I agree. EMP,
Ooh.
This is most definitely a link back to school.
Oh, Maniacal will set up for a nice easy double during that last phase, but got a double on that one. And now Aghanim 2 is dead.
And he's on his way to fight Ganon. Solsky making quick work of the Eastern Palace boss, given that he's got the silver arrows as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so barring something catastrophic, Maniacal will win this race.
Get a nice early hit there on Ganon. Just giving him a little love tap before the battle starts. It's always hard to tell if that fire bat attack lags the game or if it's just the attack's just kind of moving slow there.
It's hard to say, but Maniacal quickly in phase 3 into the Ganon teleport phase. Oh, Ganon is not playing nice.
Oh, but he got 2 hits in there. Hitaka and Migs both making their way through Turtle Rock with some good progress, and Solsky is almost at Turtle Rock himself.
Did you find silver arrows in Dig Spot? Yes.
Solsky's on his way to Ganon's tower since he has all 7 of the crystals himself. And Ganon is down for Maniacal.
One more to go. Maniacal's definitely gonna get sub 3. Okay, he's just resetting.
Yeah. If you see there's no signal there, that's just them doing a hard reset.
Yep. If it depends on when they check that teleporter, or not that teleporter, but that chest room. They could still get plasma based on when they check the order they check these chests. And Maniacal has to turn on his plasma beam for it to work. It's a little bit of a safety measure. If you get Spacer or Plasma, the randomizer will not turn either one of them on. Just make sure you don't accidentally crash the game.
Ah. So there's a chance to crash the game if you have either of those on?
If you have both of them equipped and you try to shoot, the game is like, what? And it crashes.
Oof.
Because you're not supposed to have both. You're not supposed to have both of them equipped at the same time. There's a big key for Solsky and Plasma Beam.
Or as I sometimes like to pronounce it as Plasma Beam. Oh, Hataka having a bit of trouble getting to the chest there in Turtle Rock.
Laser Bridge can always be a little bit of a fickle thing.
Maniacal taking some intentional damage in the lava to make quick work of those Metroids.
Yes, that is correct, chat. If you can set up your beams, you can do what's called a murder beam. It lags the game considerably, but you can do it.
It doesn't just murder the enemies, it murders your game. Ooh, some very close dodging there of the Metroids, but getting 3 with 1 missile, that is very nice. Taka's almost at the... Actually, he's now at the boss fight in Turtle Rock. See how quickly he can get rid of this boss.
And he is going to be very upset when Trinex does not drop the bow.
But he's made quick work of that boss.
Looks like Maniacal's going to set up for a baby skip. See if he gets it.
Good work so far. Almost there. Can he pull it off? Oh, so close.
Oh, he had it.
Well, he lost a few seconds there, but he was very close to getting that skip.
Oh no, Migs died. I didn't see where he died.
Also, yeah, Cassidy, the bow is at the Fat Fairy upgrade. Oh, Maniacal pulling off a Crystal Flash. Is that what it's called?
Yep, that is a Crystal Flash. I'm guessing Maniacal will not save the animals.
Well, we can only find out. Is he going to pull off the skip? Let's find out. Oh, he pulls off the skip.
No problem. And Hitaka gonna take the frog on a world tour. He's doing everything but Misery Mire.
Maniacal getting Mother Brain very quickly into phase 2 with the use of those super missiles. Oh, Sosuke getting bonked off by the Moldorm fight.
Oh no! I mean, I guess if you're Hitaka and you haven't checked these easy locations, I wouldn't have done Misery Mire either. But knowing that Misery Mire is required to progress, it's a little disheartening to see him not do it. Oh, Soulspeed does not want to just run. And Maniacal has got his stand-up glitch. Oh, he took a risky hit there. Hitaka has not done Misery Mire. I don't think.
Well, Solsky's at the second Aghanim fight. Got 2 on the first phase. Oh. I guess there's part of that fight I missed, because Aghanim's already down. Solsky on his way to fight Ganon, and Mother Brain soon after. This is something seen Maniacal do all this while getting his health back is just very silly.
Mother Brain's like, what is going on?
Is this just allowing him to get extra damage in rather quickly when he's not supposed to?
Oh yeah, all of this damage is counting towards Mother Brain dying. When you are finally granted the Hyper Beam, if Mother Brain has been fully dropped to 0, you just gotta get one hit in, and then Mother Brain will die. Mother Brain's almost dead. Just be careful, Maniacal, so you don't... Oh, okay.
Oh, very, very close there.
You have to be careful, though. If you're facing right, or there's a shot on screen when you're finally given the beam, the game will barf all over itself. It won't crash, but it will lag to less than 1 frame per second. And you're going to be stuck there for a while.
Alright, let's see how quickly Maniacal can escape out of this. Solsky making quick work of Ganon, already at the last phase. Gained a very good setup to have Ganon very close to him. Ooh, and a nice 3-shot with the bow and arrow to get that quick kill.
A triple! Very nicely done by Solsky.
Solsky is now going to be heading back into Super Metroid via a reset. A nice shine spark by Maniacal. He is almost out of there. Let's see what time he's going to get. So the timer's close because Maniacal's almost done with his run. I believe his time there on the escape was 2:05. And Maniacal is the first to finish with a time of 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 56 seconds. Very nicely done.
Maniacal. And so far, every runner who's been in Ganon's Tower has also picked up the Plasma Beam after they picked up the big key.
Hitaka got his riot shield as well as the bow.
Hitaka has gotta be kicking himself.
Well, Solsky's not far behind. He's pretty close to the Mother Brain fight as well.
And a 50 in-game time for Super Metroid. Oh, wow. So Super Metroid was like a 127, I think, real time? We'll see we'll see when the times come up. But for now, we have the credits going on Maniacal's end.
And Solsky getting ever closer to his Mother Brain fight. Miggs making his way through Ganon's Tower, and Hitaka going through the Eastern Palace, getting his last crystal.
Yes, that particular timer for Super Metroid only counts Super Metroid's in-game time. It does not count game door transitions or anything like that, so it's actually kind of an unreliable timer. However, the credits will show the times for both games coming up, so we'll get a much more accurate gauge.
Greetings.
And joining us now is Maniacal. Hello, GG.
Hey,
Gotta say that was a fantastic run by you.
I'm really happy and really sad with that route, or that run. I loved my route. I thought it was just great. I really love the way that I routed, especially the Super Metroid portion. Excepting that I did Cathedral before Croc, and I probably should have done Croc on my way to Lower Norfair.
But he did line that up very nicely with the end of Zelda there, getting to Ganon's Tower.
Yep. when you saw Bo, when you finally saw Bo, what were you thinking?
I felt really good about it because I felt bad about where Hookshot was, but because I let Hookshot lead me to Swamp and Kane lead me to Mire, and I had already picked up Ice, and that Hookshot and Kane were ostensibly required, or I guess just Hookshot was ostensibly required for Ice by the way the logic was built. The fact that the 5-6 crystals lined up well.
There's the times for Maniacal. Let's see, time in A Link to the Past, 1 hour, 33 minutes, 56 seconds, and in Super Metroid, 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 51 seconds.
Yeah, I feel bad about this one because it would have been like a 4 or 5 minute, probably 3 or 4 minute PB for me if I had not taken that snail clip soft lock at about 33 minutes.
Yeah, that was not very good.
No, I just switched controllers. I switched back to my Super Metroid controller from the controller I've been using for A Link to the Past, and it's got much better shoulder buttons, and the D-pad's better, and it feels better to be playing on. But I'm just not used to it anymore, and I got a really weird down input that I had a few weird inputs this run. If you noticed me doing completely nonsense things, it was because I literally had just plugged in the controller for the first time in a couple months.
I know you almost got that skip with the baby Metroid there, but you were just shy of the entrance there.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I timed the last jump well, and baby moved in a way that I didn't expect. So I clearly did something very wrong there. I don't know what I did wrong. I felt like I waited a little longer for that last jump. I probably could have run forward about a tile and gone for it on the previous jump, but I guess that second to last jump moved the baby in a weird way, and it got me pretty good. So, that happens. I was able to, because I knew my reserves only had 27 health in from when I menued to turn Plasma on, Screw Attack, and Varia off. On my way, I was trying to grab the elevator to save that 30 frames, or 40 frames, or whatever it is, but it didn't work. But either way, when I was on my way into Torian, so I only had 27 HP, it was nice that I knew that I had the Crystal Flash backup. But then I actually went for the Crystal Flash on the wrong tile and had to, roll out of it before I fell the whole way down. It was kind of nonsense, but... it was still fun.
Chad is saying your final jump was just a bit early. It looked like you had it pretty good, and all of a sudden the baby's like, "No, come here! I want to munch on you!"
Yeah, I felt like I let the baby orbit around far enough, and I should have been able to loft over it, but I guess I went a little early and rushed it. But either way, I was happy I was able to use the Crystal Flash to clear out all the garbage in the next room. That always feels nice.
He also had a very nice maneuver there with Mother Brain and getting the standing glitch there.
Very nice is what we're calling it. Okay, I almost gave myself a heart attack. I completely forgot what part of the fight I was in, and went to jump and try and get my last 7 shots in. Or 6, really. I only go for 6. I actually was way ahead of count. I was at 35 or something insane. So I had a lot of leeway, and I didn't even need to risk it. I could have totally just waited on baby to explode, and I just, again, complete brain fart. I was looking at the timer and feeling really on tilt by the fact that I just threw my sub 245 that I really have wanted for a little while. But was Lamp the last item in Thieves Town? Where was Lamp?
No, Lamp was above the Bumper Cave.
Okay, yeah, I did never get up there. I was a little curious about it, and I was close to going for it a couple times.
I think Solsky was the only one of the runners to pick up via the lantern.
Didn't Hitaka pick it up?
I don't believe so.
Maniacal, Hitaka made a decision to go to Turtle Rock before finishing 5 and 6. Then that basically decided the race. Hitaka was in great position to finish first, and
Yeah, because Elminster's time was very good. I can't imagine going to Turtle Rock early costing, what, upwards of 20 minutes at this point.
Well, let's see if Solsky can still get a sub 3 for his time.
Oh, he can. Oh, he'll get sub 3.
I'm curious, what did Hitaka do after Turtle Rock that cost all that time? Because, I mean, you basically had to full clear Turtle Rock because of the key layout.
Yep, you did, but he was still trying to find Bo.
Yeah,
and
so...
he still had a few overworld locations to check afterwards. So he did Dwarven Blacksmith, Hammer Pegs after Turtle Rock. So he ended up wasting an extra 4 minutes afterwards.
Okay, I see.
And Solsky is done.
So... I guess... I think Hitaka's still going, though, yes?
Yes, he's now in Ganon's tower, while Migs is now finding Ganon.
Okay.
Yeah, Hitaka is wrapping up the gauntlet in Ganon's tower right now.
Okay,
and
nice.
Migs just got the finishing blow on Ganon.
Well done, Solsky, but you did not save the animals.
Yeah. So Solsky is blaming me for something. I didn't do anything other than lose 7 minutes to snail clip. But I was happy with some of how I played, and like I said, I was really happy with my route. Early South Shore didn't pay off too great this run, except I did get the boots right away, which was really, really nice.
I'm just glad this didn't turn out the way it did the previous run last night, and that nobody could find where the ice beam was.
Yeah. Oh, that one extra check bailed me out so hard. I was dying laughing when I got that plasma beam, because as soon as I turned away from Spazer, I was like, this is an idiot move. Why am I leaving Spazer? I was like, whatever, for the memes, let's go. And then I found plasma in Ganon's tower. Totally bailed out. It was... I loved it.
Chat was actually counting on the other runners to just immediately mirror after they found the big key, because they all checked that room in the same order you did. And got plasma last.
Did everyone open plasma?
Everyone opened plasma.
Wow. So everyone had to, like, feel just absolutely great about it, assuming that everyone got to Aqueduct. And got their charge.
Hitaka, it was irrelevant for Hitaka, though, because he has already killed Mother Brain. All he has to do is finish Ganon's tower and then kill Ganon.
Yeah, while Migs is on their way to Mother Brain.
Yeah, in that situation, the number one reason to go do A Link to the Past first is that you have that out to find plasma in Ganon's tower. Like, that alone saves enough time that it's usually right to do A Link to the Past first. Unless, like, you're already in Super Metroid and for some reason, like, over at Waterway or something. I'd have to look at exactly how Hitaka was routing it to really have an understanding, but I was glad I stayed out of pod. Did anyone get baited by pod?
No one got baited by pod. No one got baited by pod.
Okay, when I was looking for,
at
like...
least as far as I know.
When I was just looking for, like, the bow and the cane, I was like, okay... I'm looking at this, like, 5 items on pod, thinking it's probably not bow locked. It's probably going to be, like, right there waiting for me. Because I was committed to leaving the 4th item in the back of Thieves Town for as long as I could. Like, when I noped out of there after getting whatever good thing I got there, it was some great piece of progression. Oh, it was my Quake medallion, that's what it was. Yeah, like, when I got the Quake medallion, I was like, okay, this is why the game wants me in Thieves Town, and... So...
Has the stream frozen for anyone else?
It's frozen for me.
Okay, we might need someone to reset the stream then, because it's most certainly frozen on my end.
It'll probably catch itself and reset itself.
Yeah, chat's confirming that it's frozen on their end.
Hmm.
Hopefully, they can still hear us and know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
audio is
okay.
up, but video is stuck.
Okay. All right. We'll let you know when that's back up and running.
Seems good. In the meantime, while we're waiting, was there anything else that you wanted to discuss about the seed or the run?
I was actually kind of curious about something. When you were in Super Metroid and you got both suits, what were your thoughts?
Well, both suits were in A Link to the Past, and so I got them both early, but I didn't have power bombs yet. I got both suits in Morph Ball really, really early, like everyone did. In fact, I probably got them behind most players because most players do CAC earlier than I do in their opening. But I was probably gaining time because of those boots. But either way, I had Morph, Gravity, and Varia, but I had very limited access to everything. I had a couple packs of super missiles. I'd kind of passed on some missiles, but I wasn't super concerned about it. And what I really needed was power bombs. And so the first power bombs I found were actually all the way up on Spectacle Rock, behind the mirror. And the mirror, I think, was Hobo or Waterfall Fairy, or it was something that was behind the flippers. From the flippers from Mini Moldorm Cave. And I thought about doing those at the beginning of the game, but I wanted to give myself a chance to get the money for Zora. And so I went and I did some other stuff, and basically ended up breaking my way up to Death Mountain, like I assume most people did, ahead of the flute that was at Agena. And so I knew that basically the way I'd cleared everything out told me that Agena was it was Agena or Blue Brinstar, and I'd done Blue Brinstar before I got to Agena. And so I knew Agena had either the lamp or the flute, and that was supposed to be my Death Mountain access, which was my power bomb access. And so power bombs were actually fairly deep in this seed. And so once I finally had power bombs, I was actually pretty excited to get over and start working on Super Metroid. But as tempting as it was to go over there early, I was really, really happy that I was as patient as I was and didn't go fishing for power bombs in Super Metroid. I'm not sure if anyone did that. But then when I did go via Death Mountain, I was glad that I was able to kind of route Kraid up to Maridia, do a sand pit check, go up Red Tower, do Wrecked Ship, and then do the Bryn Loop. Because that gave me a lot of chances to find extra power bombs, plus an early dip into Maridia up through beach in one of the sand pits. And that actually paid off really huge because I got the screw attack, the hammer, and the shovel up in the beach area. And then, of course, I soft-locked myself on Snail Clip and had to run it all back. And at that point, that was about when I tilted. But overall, it went pretty cleanly. Like I said, I loved the route. I thought this was a really fun seed. I regret not putting up like a 242 on it, but...
But still, that 250, under 251, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say probably the third or fourth best time I've run in one of these, and I just PB'd yesterday, and I think my last 4 or so have all been sub 3s, which is just unreal. I just haven't been getting trolled super, super hard, so, I feel like I'm happy with my play, I'm happy with my routing right now, excited to keep jamming these, but it does always feel bad to throw away that PB. But there's always going to be mistakes.
I will say one thing I forgot completely. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, especially when it's a relatively free seed like this one seemed to be. A little bit of running around, but it was relatively free.
There was not difficult execution that was forced on you in this seed. This seed was one of those seeds that you could hand someone who plays casual seeds, and they would reasonably be able to pick up the couple of tricks that are disparate between those modes and complete this seed. So this was one of the friendlier tournament seeds, just in terms of the loadout that you had access to. I think I had Master Sword very early, Mail Upgrade very early, both suits and multiple E-Tanks, and Morph early, Space Jump early. Like all the convenience items were pretty early.
Well, I will say this much. One thing I completely forgot about that Hitaka did is that they already were done with Mother Brain, so it's just a matter of all they had to do was be Ganon, and then they're done. So now it's Migs that is all going to be the last one. And see, Hitaka's time is at 3 hours, 4 minutes, and 41 seconds.
Just 5 minutes behind Solsky, who is still blaming you, Maniacal, for reasons that only Solsky knows.
I certainly wouldn't know what those reasons are.
Thanks, man. Thanks. That's I appreciate the sentiments. I don't know what I did. I'll have to talk to him later.
Well, Migs at the very least can make a sub 310.
Good luck to Migs as he finishes up.
He's got X-ray selected, so he's not going to build. Oh, Migs is going for the. He's going to save the animals. Uh-oh.
None of the other runners are going to do it. I'm going to save the animals.
I hope he realizes time is still counting down. Okay, yeah, he realizes it.
just gotta inspect this door, make sure there's nothing wrong here.
Makes us having fun with it. Okay. Debated.
I was gonna save the animals, but you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna save them. Just having some second thoughts. Is like, am I gonna save him? Nah.
And there it is. It's the finish. 3 hours, 10 minutes, 39, 40 seconds ish. Oh no! Now chat's calling Ming's a loser. No.
Hey! Be nice. Be nice.
To be fair, nobody saved the animals, so by that standard, everyone's a loser. But you know what? Everyone's actually a winner.
I will say this much for the early parts of this run, and even into like the mid part of this run, it was hard to tell who had the advantage, because so many different runners had like items that the others didn't have.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things about watching these is it's really, really hard to tell where everything's going to come together. And a lot of the times it comes down to that one item that's in like some really bizarre out-of-the-way location. And so I felt pretty good when I got Cane of Samaria, for instance.
Yeah, I think what sealed the run for like you winning this was just finding the bow at the Fat Fairy.
Yeah, like that leading me through Mire to the bow, like all of that sequence felt really, really clean. And, that was what, collapsed me into go mode. So, I really didn't have that many locations left to do though. I had Pendant Pod, I had Pendant Skull. I had the last bit of Hookshot Cave because new controller and I wasn't hovering very well. I had Catfish, Ether Tablet, Graveyard Ledge, I guess technically Mimic Cave, but like I was in go mode before I went up to Turtle Rock. I had Turtle Rock at that point in time. And if I didn't mention it, the last chest in Thieves, but I'd 100%ed Super Metroid. So everything else was off the table.
Yeah, it was really nice finding the Quake Medallion in Thieves Town, seeing that both Mire and Turtle Rock required the Quake Medallion.
Yeah, I was glad I was able to get over to both places fairly early and kind of route in the checks of what medallion it would be, just so that I was able to assess what does go mode look like. And then, of course, I immediately found Bombos and Ether as the two items in Desert and just, like, wanted to flip things. But then finding the Quake Medallion over in Thieves was pretty nice.
And I think we commented earlier, like you finally finding the tight mitts and, like, you looked like you were flipping out a bit when you finally found them.
I was happy with the Titan's mitts where they were, because they were on a part of the Super Metroid route that otherwise might have been completely discounted. and unnecessary. And so the items as they were laid out in Super Metroid, I think, was really good for me because they were kind of all over the place. There wasn't like a cluster of items, and so just efficiently clearing Super Metroid was a big part of what made me feel good about this run.
Yeah, because it was nice seeing like you getting the mirror by the homeless guy under the bridge. But yeah, all in all, I say that was an excellent run from all the runners here. It was very tight all throughout that, and it wasn't until the end that we saw where each of the runners would be by the end of this.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a fun one. So thank you for the commentary, Leno and Pansneck. Appreciate
Thank you. And thanks to
thank
all
you
the
for
runners.
having me.
Thanks to all the runners for participating in this and giving a very excellent show tonight.
Yeah, Leno, didn't you just run an any percent race? Like right before
I was
this?
actually I was actually commentating in any percent race.
Okay, I knew that you were involved in one of those. So man, you've been putting in work.
Yep, and I got in half an hour late. I got the call like, "Hey, can anybody step in and help out with some commentary?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" I don't have to be up in the morning.
Yeah, I can admit that my commentary for like those 30 minutes was pretty dry because all I was saying was what people were picking up, not really making colorful commentary.
Well, that's the first 30 minutes of these runs with 4 screens is like everyone's wandering different ways because everyone kind of has their own separate opening to this game. And so you're just finding all sorts of stuff all over because everyone goes for item density first because you just need to check so many spots in this to find so many different things. So you're just going to see so many items really, really quickly. And so there's very little to do to get away from that craziness.
It's especially bad if it opens up really early because then there is so much of both games that you have to check and you cannot keep up. There is just no way you can keep up that early if it's that open.
Hitaka is asking, did anyone else go after Ridley first, or was it just me? I don't believe Makes went after Ridley first. I think Hitaka was the only one that went after Ridley first.
Yeah, I believe that is correct.
I actually was still a little upset with myself for leaving the Spazer behind when I got down to GT and was going to head toward Ridley. And so I wanted to get back over to A Link to the Past and like do some things before I came back to Mire. And then I ended up finding the flute at some point, and so it was really easy for me to like dip out and get back. Oh, Agina had the flute and not the lamp. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So when I mirrored to check Agina because I knew it was flute or lamp, or I knew it was very, very likely to be flute or lamp rather, and it turned out to be flute. That kind of gave me an out to go back to A Link to the Past for a little while before even doing Ridley. So I put Ridley off for quite a while.
Well, either way, thank you all for joining for this run, and thank you very much to Shadow Spectre for being the tracker for these runs. You're very on the ball for taking care of 4 runs at once.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout outs to Shadow Spectre for the tracking, and thank you guys for letting me pop in to chat a little bit. I really appreciate the commentary. I'm looking forward to watching it back.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, you might have messed up on a few parts, but you still did a very nice job tonight.
Well, thank you.
You did excellent, Shadow. Sorry.
All right, yes. Well, I'm going to let you guys close it up, but thank you all for having me in here. Take it easy.
See you later, Maniacal. GG on the victory, once again.
So I believe that finishes this run. What's next on the schedule for Speed Gaming?
I'd have to pull it up real quick if you just want to give me a second. Come on, schedule. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, Hitaka. Hitaka got baited by the item progression. Let's see here. Coming up on Speed Gaming, we don't have anything coming up for another 10 hours, and then it'll be a Celeste tournament run over on Speed Gaming 1. We got a Mega Man X match at 11 a.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming 2, and then the day will fill up a little bit more. So this is the last run tonight.
Yes, thank you all for joining, and we will be signing off.